Airbag recall affects nearly 1 out of every 7 cars on the road. And Ed Linderman is live with our auto expert, Dave Stahl. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. He's Dave. We're the car guys, and that's all the humor we have here. Because this is no laughing matter. This is going to be a logistical nightmare. Dave's with a Honda CR-V, and we have the Honda letter that pertains to this vehicle. And here's what gets your attention. In boldface type, the defect in these vehicles could kill or injure you or other people in your vehicle, and that pertains to this particular vehicle. 34 million cars and trucks nationwide. These airbags made by the Japanese auto parts giant Takata have been linked to 6 deaths and 100 injuries before. And good morning, David.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
All right, nice of you to join us on short notice. Before we get to that, let's talk about the VIN number, because the letters are all going to say, here's your VIN number, identify your VIN number, get to the dealer. So before we get to what a nightmare this is, let's talk about the VIN numbers and how to identify them.
And before you do that, because the letter does state that you need to, once you get, this letter, you're going to call the dealer, make an appointment, and go down and get it repaired. There's no parts. Nobody really knows what the problem is. They know that they're, when they let go, the metal components inside are coming out like a shotgun, like shrapnel. Yeah. Exactly. I've been waiting for this, because anytime you put a part on a car, drive it down the freeway and bang on it and everything, those kind of components are going to fail. This airbag does not surprise me, but you do need to be proactive. So here's there's 2 places to look for your VIN. We'll get our camera guy up here. You've got you've got your VIN number right here. Okay. You need to write that down. And if you have a problem seeing it there, the manufacturer does give you a lot of different options. And we'll bring our camera guy over here just for a second. And you also have a data plate down here on the door jamb. And if you still have difficulty, get your registration out or your insurance card, because all of the above are on here. Write this down. Go to the website. It's on your letter. Make sure your VIN number is included. If you got a letter, most likely you are, and then you proceed according to that letter. By
the way, we have a link to all of this on our website as well. So just go to our website. It's in red. Click on that, and you'll get to the government. All right, what do I do here?
Well, there's a couple of things you can do. First, you have to look and see what your driving position is. Now, I know that sounds odd.
Hang on. Let me interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't go to the dealer the letter says. No, the dealer can't do anything for you?
Not right now.
Okay.
I would make a phone call, talk to the service manager or the parts manager. Don't talk to the service advisors. Don't talk to the counter guys. Talk to the guys that know really what's going on. They will let you know. My recommendation, no different than the tire recall we had.
This is about while you're driving, because there's no way they're going to get this fixed. So you're going to be driving a car that needs to be recalled.
Correct.
What do you do?
Okay, well, the first thing you want to do is take a look at how you drive. If you're a type of person that you're sitting in here and for whatever reason you're driving like this, whether you're afraid of the roads or it's just positioning or you don't fit, this is not where you want to be. See where that airbag is? You want to get this thing, get as far back as you can. Get your arms out there. If you don't fit, well, then you might not want to drive this car for a while. You don't want to put anything over here to try to protect yourself.
Yeah, what about, I'll just tape it up.
Oh, I know. Well, all those guys, they'll put metal over there, and I've seen people put screws and what have you. No, do nothing of the kind. In fact, my own personal opinion is, you just drive the car until the recall comes down. I mean,
adjust your seat.
Adjust your seat.
Don't put anything on the wheel.
Don't put anything on the wheel.
That's just going to complicate things.
Correct.
But don't be on top of your wheel and hope for the best.
Yeah, and it's a terrible thing to say, but it's no different than if this tire had a recall that somewhere down the road and it just would explode and send you on the side of the road. Well, you're going to stop driving for the rest of your life? I mean, those are the kinds of things, but it's tough. It's tough, but you've got to stay in touch with the dealer. You've got to go to the website and make sure your vehicle is included. We just had Elizabeth go check her VIN number. She doesn't have a letter, and her vehicle isn't included. And it's not just Honda. It's just about every manufacturer that does
Toyota, Honda, BMW, Ford. Is GM going to be involved in this at some point?
But the key is, if you get this letter, then you need to follow its directions. Yeah, you just need to follow its directions. And it's just a matter of getting...
the directions say contact your dealer.
Well, I'm telling you, you can do it, and you'll be in there. Thousands of people are going to be down there standing in line, yelling at the service advisor, I'm not going to drive my car anymore because you're going to kill my family and my dogs and my cat.
We still don't know what's causing this defect.
I know what it is.
Okay.
Okay, you have a propellant that's in there that blows the airbag out. Okay, well, this propellant is toxic, and it eats things inside. It'll eat up the metals, and it'll just fatigue it. You know, it's like anything, you know. You notice how everything's made out of plastic nowadays?
Yeah.
How long does it last? After a while, you go to touch it, it just crumples in your hand, right? And that's really what it amounts to. And again, we didn't know how to make an airbag when we first made an airbag. And if you go back into history, when we first came out with airbags, and they were coming out too fast, third-degree burns, and the government says, ooh, too fast, too fast. Well, you're the one that told us to make it that fast. So
okay. All right.
Yeah.
We got to wrap up. Please stay with us. Dave's has graciously agreed to stay with us through 7 o'clock. So we will be back. Tell if you've got anybody that is involved in this. We're going to do the whole how to find your VIN number, and we'll talk a little bit more about this. But just adjust your seat. Do not be on top of the steering wheel. That's the best thing you can do until all this shakes out, guys.
Thank you, Ed.